Hi everyone, this is the part 4 from human eye and the colorful world. Okay, in this video you are going to learn about the dispersion of light and a small introduction about the prism, also an artificial rainbow. Okay, how does it formed? Let us see. Here is the diagram is given you, showing a dispersion of white light in a glass prism. The white light is coming from the sun, right? When this white light passes through the glass prism, what happens to it? Yes, you are absolutely right. It is divided into 7 colors. They are red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. Yes, you know that this red color this red color has longest wavelength, whereas violet color has shortest wavelength in the sense that is represented by the Greek letter, that is lambda. Okay, red color has a higher wavelength, violet color has a shorter wavelength. As red color has a higher wavelength, it has a lower refractive index, whereas violet color has higher refractive index. Got it? Yeah, actually these are called VIBGR, right? 7K. When white light splits into different colors and formed VIBGR. Says or no? You might have seen a rainbow form in the sky just after a rain shower, right? It must have fascinated you with the spectacular colors appearing as a semicircular bond, like 7 colors, semicircular bond, like, right? How could the white light of the sun give us various colors of the rainbow? Yes, in the previous class we have already studied or discussed about the behavior of light ray when it refracts through a plane surface and curved surfaces such as nothing but lens. Okay, and also you studied about the nature of the images, nothing but position of the image, size of the image formed by lenses, right? So now in this video you are going to learn about the prism, okay, and dispersion of white light when it passes through the prism. Okay, see, here is the refraction of light through a glass prism. Yes, actually a prism is a transparent medium separated from the surrounding medium by at least two plane surfaces like AB and AC, okay, which are inclined at each other. When light incident on one of the plane surface like AB, okay, it passes through prism and comes out through the other plane surface like AC, as shown in figure. This is the incident ray and this is the emergent ray, because it is coming out from the prism. Okay, to understand the behavior of light when it is incident on the plane of prism and passes into the prism, okay, we need to define certain terms associated with the prisms. Okay, let us define the terms which are associated with the prism. So the picture is very clear here. Yeah, A, B, C. ABC is a glass prism. Okay, here it has two planes, that is AB and AC, right? Consider also uh, it contains two triangular bases and three rectangular plane lateral surfaces. Actually, it is only two-dimensional figure. If you go through the 3D figure, you definitely observe the two triangular bases, okay, and three rectangular plane lateral surfaces. Okay, when you look, when you observe in 3D, okay, these lateral surfaces are inclined each other. Okay, now let us consider the triangle ABC represents outline of a prism. Triangle ABC is a outline of a prism. Let us assume an incident light ray is incident on the plane of AB of a prism at point. Okay, point is called M. Assume M. Okay. Now you can say that after falls on the plane prism, what happens? It should refract, right? Yes, it nothing but it passes through prism. Okay, this is the direction of a light ray inside the prism. Okay, and after refraction, okay, from the other plane surface like AC, the refracted ray should come out, that is emergent ray. This is what incident ray. Okay, na? So this you label the points A, sorry, I already given, no? P, M, here assume N, here R. P, M, N, R is the path of the light ray inside the prism. Okay, now just draw a perpendicular line through the point M. Okay, perpendicular line to the plane AB. Okay, okay, the angle between the, so this perpendicular line act as a normal. The line, sorry, the angle between the normal and the incident ray is angle of incidence. And again, if you draw a perpendicular line through the point N, okay, it become another normal, and the angle between the normal and the emergent ray is called angle of emergent ray. Okay, also here you can see the angle made by the two plane surfaces AB and AC, no, the angle between these two is called angle of prism. Okay, always represented by the letter capital A. Okay, the angle of prism is represented by the letter capital A, and the angle between okay, this is the PMNR is the path of the light ray, no? If you extend the PM by using dots, you can see here, and NR also in this direction, they meet at point here, already showing angle D. So angle D is called what? Angle of deviation. So angle of deviation is nothing but the angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray is called angle of deviation, small d. Okay, these are the terms related to the prism: angle of incidence, angle of emergent ray, angle of prism, angle of deviation, path of the light ray, and the normals. Okay, these are the this is the small introduction about the glass prism. Okay, in the next video we'll discuss about the lab activity and also derivation of prism also. Okay, here example 2 is given. Actually we have a formula to find the refractive index of the prism, that is n is equals to sin a plus d by 2 by sin a by 2, where a is the angle of prism and d is the angle of deviation. N is a refractive index of the prism. Okay, example 2 is given. A prism with an angle A is called 60 degrees produces an angle of minimum deviation of 30 degrees. Find the refractive index of material of the prism. So first, for any problem you should write given, so that given that A is equal to 60 degrees and the deviation is 30 degrees. So we have to find refractive index of the prism, that is small n. Okay, we have a formula. N is equals to sine A plus d by 2 by sine A by 2. Here A is substitute the A and D values in the given formula, so that we get sine 90 by 2 by sine 30. Okay. Okay, so after solution we get a sine 90 by 2 in the sense sine 45 by already A is equals 60, 60 by 2, 30 is given, sine 30. Yes, I hope you know very well in trigonometry you have already learnt. So sine 45 is equals to 1 by root 2 and sine 30 is equal to 1 by 2. 1 by root 2 by 1 by 2. Simply we get 2 after solution. So we have refractive index, yeah, that is n is equals to root 2. Nothing but root 2 is equal to 1.414. Okay, this is the very important problem. Once you observe it, focus it, you must remember this formula. Okay, n is equals to sine A plus d by 2 by sine A by 2. Got it, children? Let us take a simple activity with prism. Actually it is an activity, but let me explain now. Do this activity in the dark room. Take a prism and place it on the table near a vertical white wall. Take a thin wooden plank, make a small hole in it, fix it vertically on the table, place the prism between the wooden plank and the wall. Place a white light source behind the hole of the wooden plank. Switch on the light. The rays coming out of the hole of a plank become a narrow beam of light. Narrow beam of light in the sense it's a very narrow in the sense very thinner beam of light. Observe the changes in emerged rays of the prism. Adjust the prism by slightly rotating it till you get an image on the wall. What do you observe on the wall? Yes, simply it forms VIBGR on the wall. Could you get a colored image on the wall? Yes, we get. Why does white light split into colors? Because we used prism, a transparent glass medium, right? When white light passes through transparent medium, definitely it splits into different 7 colors. Okay, they called VIBGR. What colors do you see? Violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Can you notice any change in the angle of deviation of each color? Absolutely, there is a change in the angle of deviation of each color, because each color has its own wavelengths and refractive indices. So due to change in their values, we have change in the angle of deviation in each color. Understand? Which color has the minimum deviation? Okay, we can find. We have to find this. So already I told you which color has a minimum deviation. Red color. Here artificial rainbow, that is activity 4. Take a metal tray, fill it with water, place a mirror in the water such that it takes angle to the water surface. Here here is the angle. Okay, this is the water surface. Now focus the white light on the mirror through a water as shown in the figure. Try to obtain the colors by placing a whiteboard, okay, above the mirror surface. Okay, so if you place whiteboard or white paper, like you like it act as a screen, okay, so that we can observe the colors. Okay, now note the names of the colors you could see in your notebook. Definitely we can see the WIP-GR, no doubt at all. Okay, if you have any doubt, take a metal tray, fill it with water, and place a rectangular plane mirror as shown in the figure. Okay, do this activity. Okay, children, this is very important activity. This is nothing but the formation of artificial rainbow. Understand? White light, when white light splits into different colors, okay, we can do it anywhere. Understand? And in the next class we'll discuss about the dispersion of light in brief, and also reasons for the appearing rainbow, okay, and also scattering of light. Okay, thank you.